Collinwood in parallel time, a night of tension and anxiety for those in the great house. Gabriel Collins has run away after hiring a stranger to take his place in the locked room, and this has brought new trouble to the embattled family. They have learned they must have the lottery again, for a Collins must spend the night in the room. So frantic, they search for Gabriel, knowing that he spent enough time in the room to give them a clue to the curse. And while they hunt him, Kendrick Young, unaware that any of this has happened, waits in the drawing room for Melanie.
So you're back, are you? With more of your questions. Well, you know what's going to happen to you. The same thing that happened to your sister.
Sister.
One death isn't enough, Mr. Young. There have to be more. Indeed, there's so much death in this house, and there has to be death.
You're insane.
You're never right. I've been insane for years. I just became sane just a short time ago. Go, you know! Get up! I cut you to pieces. I've been given the right to kill. I've been given the right to everyone. Gabriel! Mr. Collins! Mr. Collins! Mr. Collins! He can't get in. He can't get in, Mr. Young. Once Logan can't do a thing. Don't come closer. Don't! Don't! You won't get away. You won't get away. Catherine! Where did he go?
Panel. Wall. Door.
It's only a flesh wound. We'll take care of it.
Yes, like you did my sister.
Morgan, what happened?
Catherine, it's Gabriel. He's gone mad. Take one of the servants and go get a doctor.
Daphne's upstairs. She'll know what to do.
I've got to go look for Gabriel.
Morgan, be careful. We'll help you. We'll help you. We really will.
I thought you killed Stella. I didn't believe it. You were strange.
Daphne! Daphne!
Brutus Collins. So you're here. You're in another part of the house. But you're here. It's Brutus Collins. He's the one responsible for the locked room and the lottery. Oh, those eyes, that face. You may have died once, Brutus, but you're going to die again, and again, and again, and again! It's not enough. It's not enough punishment for Brutus Collins. Not enough at all. Ah, Brutus. Brutus, you're going to kill them all. You're going to kill every one of them. You won't let any of them see the thing in that room.
Mr. Young going to be all right?
I think so. It looks like it's only a flesh wound. The doctor will be here soon.
I'm so glad you were here. And you've got to stay until the doctor gets here.
No, Catherine, I don't think I can.
Why? Where are you going?
Back to the old house.
I don't want you going through the woods alone, not with Gabriel loose.
I don't understand why Gabriel attacked Mr. Young.
He's gone mad.
I know, but how? He's strange, but
He spent the night in that room.
I know that.
He didn't have to stay there the whole night. However, I think somehow it influenced him.
Catherine, you're really beginning to believe about that room, aren't you?
I don't want to talk about it.
We used to always talk about everything.
You're right, I know. Well, if I'm reluctant to, it's because I don't know what I think. The thought of Morgan in there looking for Gabriel. I can't give in to nerves. I've got to remember that Morgan has always been able to control Gabriel. And the best thing for you and me to do is just stay here and wait.
Julia didn't seem frightened at all when you told her about Gabriel.
I don't think anything frightens Julia. Except love, perhaps. Except love.
Catherine, I've really got to be getting back to the old house. Bramwell's waiting for me, and I've got to change his bandage.
I told you that I don't want you there with him taking care of him.
Catherine, he needs me.
He does not. He's well enough to come to Collinwood. Oh, you didn't know that he came here to visit? Didn't he tell you?
No.
Well, he did.
And were you glad to see him?
And I was glad to see that he was alive. I don't want anyone killed. No one.
Did you tell him that you disapprove of my going to the old house?
Of course I did.
Catherine, why did you do that? It makes me sound like some sort of a child who's sneaking around doing things she shouldn't do, and I'm not a child.
You're too young for Bramwell.
Oh, Catherine, I didn't know it was one of your rules that I could only see people my own age.
Catherine, we never used to argue like this. It's just because I'm so worried about Morgan and Gabriel.
You sure that's all it is?
No. Daphne, are you really serious about Bramwell?
Would you mind if I were?
It's nothing to do with me. It's you. And the kind of life you should have.
And do you know what that life is?
It's not living in the old house with him. with his bitterness, fuming over the rich Collinses. And that bitterness, day by day, will destroy you. That bitterness is all he's got to offer you. That's all he's got to offer anyone.
Catherine, you sound like you really hate him.
If I do, he's made me hate him. By making demands on me, by interfering with my life. I never thought I'd ever speak this way about him. I loved him so. I just have no choice anymore. I have no choice.
Catherine.
Oh, Daphne, please stay away from him. Stay away from him.
Pedro! Scream, Daphne. I can throw this. Very good attitude.
Gabriel.
You know, I'm going to kill you. Don't you?
No, Gabriel.
I've already killed one man.
No, you haven't. No, Mr. Young's all right. He's going to be all right, Gabriel.
Another two, and maybe Morgan. And maybe soon we'll smell smoke.
What are you talking about? Stop! No!
I told you not to yell! I don't want to kill you. You're too pretty. But I have to. I have to. You know I'm here. And there's so much trouble and sickness in this house. And death is the only cure for it.
Gabriel, you don't want to kill me. I haven't done anything to you. Gabriel, we'll help you. We'll help you. Please don't make it so we can't help you.
No one can help me. Ever. Gabriel!
Are you all right?
Bramwell, what happened?
Take care of her.
Oh, it was Gabriel. Gabriel was here. He ran away when Bramwell came.
Morgan? Where's Morgan?
He said something about smoke, about fires.
Oh, no. We've got to find him. The secret panel. You stay there.
Mr. Young, you shouldn't be up. The doctor hasn't come yet.
I'll find him in town.
No, but it's dangerous outside. Gabriel was here. He's escaped.
I'm just waiting for my chance to meet him again.
You're in no condition.
The sooner I leave this house, the better. I'm beginning to believe the only sane person in this house is Melanie.
There are many sane people in this house, Mr. Young. They've just lived through experiences you can't even imagine.
Well, you can tell them all for me that when I find Gabriel, they'll have one less Collins to worry about.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
We shouldn't have let Daphne go.
Darling, we've sent a servant to take Daphne back to the old house. He'll stay with her till she comes back. Then he'll take her home. We've done everything we can for her.
I'm sorry, darling.
I keep wishing this night were over. But tomorrow will be no better. Because tomorrow we must hold that lottery again.
Morgan.
And tomorrow night, another Collins will be in that locked room.
Don't think about it.
What else can I think about? Gabriel? Bramwell? Bramwell. If he finds Gabriel, he'll take him to the police.
And he should. You know that Gabriel was ready to burn this house down and kill us all.
Only because of what happened in that locked room.
You Collinses always have a very good alibi, don't you? Whenever any of you does anything wrong, you always blame it on the locked room.
You know that.
Well, maybe it was this time.
What was Bramwell doing here tonight?
It's a good thing he came.
I don't want to be grateful to him for anything.
He saved my sister's life. I'll never forget that. And neither will you.
You didn't find him. I'm glad. He might have killed you. Thank you, Bramwell.
For walking in when I did? It's strange. I had no intention of going to Collinwood tonight. I know how my visits are welcome there. But I had to... You know, I don't believe in premonitions.
Perhaps you wanted to see Catherine.
No! Do you believe me?
If you say it, I do.
You believe anything I say?
Shouldn't I?
Well, as a rule, most people don't.
But I'm not just anyone.
No, you're not, are you? Tell me one thing.
Anything.
Are you in love with me? You can think what you like about Bramwell, but I know him. He's going to try and use this incident somehow for his own good.
Oh, haven't we talked about enough about him?
Yes, you're right. We've got more important things to worry about now. How am I going to tell Mother about Gabriel?
Haven't you?
I didn't want to upset her after the things she's been through now.
Morgan, you must tell her. Now. Shall I come with you?
No. I've got to do this, Catherine. Catherine, why don't you go to bed?
Oh, I'll never be able to sleep.
Well, I don't want you down here alone.
I'll be all right, Morgan. I will.
Well, I'm going to have one of the servants patrol the house.
That's a very good idea.
Will you be in our bedroom?
Yes? Who's there?
It's Daphne.
Daphne, you shouldn't be out.
Well, I know, but I thought you'd understand.
Understand? I told you it was dangerous to be out.
Oh, no,
in the woods.
I'm not talking about that. I came to tell you about something that I'm going to do.
What?
Catherine, I'm going to marry Bramwell.
Of course you came. I knew you would. But tell me this. You know, you're not going to stop this marriage any more than I stopped yours.